Hey everybody, it's Wade. Welcome back to my channel. This is where I review all kinds of video games, mainly from PlayStation. Occasionally I do review Nintendo games and Xbox games, but mainly I'm a PlayStation fanboy, so I can't help myself. So I just beat Resident Evil 7. Took me about 9 hours or so, give or take a couple minutes. I love that game. I really do. This game is great. Okay, it really reminds me of old school Resident Evil games, mainly Resident Evil 4. The game's pacing was just like that game. I feel like the game is very scary, just like that game. Overall, I think this game is very terrifying. If you played in VR, I'll pray for you because I can't imagine playing it in VR. I played it, on the PS4 standard, and I was I was scared. Okay, let's just put it that way. If you play it at night, it's especially scary. There were several times where I jumped like out of my seat. What really makes this game scary is just the idea of something or someone behind you, stalking you, or something could be right around the corner, which it was plenty of times. So you play as this guy who basically, he gets this email from his wife. The wife has been missing for a significant amount of time. The email just says something along the lines of "come get me." So he's basically, she gives him a location, and he has to go, or rather he chooses to go get her. And what he finds is not exactly the most pleasant thing in the world. Most of the game takes place around the house, the family house, and then you have a swamp area. There's this giant boat you're gonna be on later on. So the game does take place in a lot of different locations, but mostly it's all around this area in like a swampy, Louisiana area. There's not much enemy diversity in the game. There are these things called the molded. They're similar to zombies, but they don't really resemble people at all. They're just, it takes several shots to get those things down. And there are different versions of the molded. So there's like these, standard ones, and there's ones that crawl. There are these giant fat ones that take, several bombs just to take down. Obviously the family at the beginning, there's the father, the mother, and the son. So you have to pretty much contend with them for the first part of the game. Second game really consists of more of the molded monsters. The game has excellent pacing. The game has beautiful visuals, although I will say if you get up close to certain things, it gets pretty ugly. So I feel like they could have brushed up on that a little bit. I don't think it would have been that difficult. But when you get up close to certain objects, you can see it gets kind of blurry. But at first glance, the game looks gorgeous. Sound design, fantastic. If you have headphones or a surround sound system, be sure to play the game that way because it makes it so much better. The music is great in this game. The story is fairly well done. It's not a very long story. It's not a very deep story. But it does remind you of, Resident Evil 4 and 5. It's that kind of story, where the virus takes hold of people and things get out of hand. So, and at the very end of the game, you encounter a couple surprises. I did like that. One of the surprises is related to the actual story. The other surprise, I'll let you find out for yourself. The only real complaint I have with the game is just the fact that it can seem like too much like Resident Evil 4 or, Resident Evil 5 at times. But, that's not necessarily a bad thing because those games are fantastic. But overall, it's not anything groundbreaking. You've seen all of this before. So that's really the only, bad thing I have to say about it. Overall, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 7. I feel like this is a return to form. Capcom did a fantastic job. Resident Evil 6, I feel like alienated a lot of fans, including me. Too much action, not enough horror. But Resident Evil 7, happy to report that this game is a return to form, and you're going to be scared, you're going to love it, and you're going to play the heck out of it multiple times. So overall, I'm going to give Resident Evil 7 a 4.5 out of 5. Guys, as usual, thank you so much for watching my review. If you like my reviews, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And you can always follow me on Twitter at Wade_says, Instagram, Wade_says, and PSN at Wade S. Williams. So that's all for now, guys. Just stay tuned for some of my other reviews coming up here pretty soon. I'm going to be reviewing Titanfall 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and some other games. So I'll see you guys next time.